Whoa, what's happening? It's the kickback chit chat. Roll up a zigzag and drink a six pack. I know y'all with that. Shout out to the homies, Mr. Wody and Big Stack. Get stacks. Nigga never ever been mixed match. Only when I bought a Dickie suit. Get it mixed match? What's happening with it, everybody? I'm back like I left something. It's your boy Cuddy J. It's time to kick back and chit chat. Today, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. A little bit something that I got some news last night about. Something about a United States soldier, Travis King, is lost or trapped or probably kidnapped off in North Korea. And there's been said that he was locked up in South Korea for about 47 days for getting into altercation with some locals there in South Korea. And they released him, and he was told to get, I guess, supposed to call a flight somewhere in Texas, where United States was going to discipline him here. Um, this is the story though. It's a twist to this. That's why I'm talking about it. It's kind. It caught my eye. This is not a story that um is something behind this because he did something as I read. This is what I'm getting out of it, and I'm about to read it off to you. From what I'm getting out of it is that he he ran off. He put it on himself. That what it sound like to me. Let me read it to y'all, and y'all let me know what y'all think. But hold up. It's that Boston Lager right there, Sam Adams. And switch it up on y'all again. Switch it up on y'all again. That's we Travis. The first thing that comes up, Travis Scott. No, Travis King. Travis King. Oh, all right, all right. That's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm trying to get to y'all right here. Right here. And this right here, this goes back. And how many of you guys there was how many veterans out there? How many of you guys served in the army or been in the army or are in the army right now? And I know y'all been overseas a lot. Most of the time throughout the year you was in another country more than you was over here in the United States. So my question is tell me how did you when y'all was over there, did you cooperate, or did you ever wild out over there? Did you ever get into any altercations with other locals around the countries that you was living in? Because it seems to me, in this case, before all this, him going over to North Korea, and I want to discuss this before I find what I'm about to look for. Before him running over off to North Korea, um, what happened? What was this incident with the locals that got him to be in jail for 47 days? What caused that situation? So my thing is, it seems to me it's like they when we go in when we in another country and we do some out of line, whether we get caught with some weed or we get into a verbal conversation with a customer service person like the chick in Dubai, uh, or we get into altercation with just the regular locals. Period. It seems like we end up getting put in jail. We end up getting the bad end of the stick. But them same countries, they come over here to the United States and they get into it with us, and it's like they don't get nothing. They don't get disciplined or nothing. It's like we don't even. Sometimes we wish we should have put our hands on them since nobody they ain't get handled properly like we get handled. We're in their country. See, I ain't got into it with a bunch of foreigners, man. People who came in from different countries like India. Um, guys came from Austria. You know, uh, motherfuckers came from just anywhere. You know, this overseas. I met a bunch of people from overseas, Australia. They come over here and they think they still in their country sometimes. Some of them be a little bit timid, but most of them, you know, they get their drinking and they start acting a little tough, and you have to put them in their place. But this is what I was. This is what I was looking for. This is what happened. North Korea, for the first time, responded to a message regarding United States private second class Travis King, who ran across the zone, the demilitarized zone 2 weeks ago, according to the defense officials. I can confirm that Democrat People's Republic of Korea has responded to United States Command or United Nations Command. But he said he didn't have any substantial progress to read out to let everybody know what's going on, what's taking place. The message came Monday Eastern Time, was superficial. The North Koreans merely acknowledging that King had crossed into the country and saying that the incident is under investigation. So they saying this guy, after he was getting released and them sending him to, I guess he's supposed to be on his way to catch the plane, like I said earlier, to Texas. They say he ran off across the border to the North Korea, which wasn't a good idea. What we think is it might don't be a good idea that he did it. Who knows? I mean, what did he run over there for? Did he get kidnapped or did somebody snatch him up? I mean, what did he see? Why he didn't want to get on the plane to come back over here? Was it something that was going to be done to him? Or did he have in his head that they were probably going to kill him? Who knows? Why did he run? That would have seemed like to me. King was 23 years old. He's been a cavalry scout in the United States since 2021 and had no previous deployments before serving in South Korea, according to the Army spokesperson Bryce Doobie. Yeah, they say King spent 47 days in South Korea jail after an altercation with locals. He was released in June, according to a United States official. This happened 2 weeks ago, y'all. About a week on the base completing out process tasks, King was escorted to South Korea's Incheon International Airport, where he was supposed to board a flight up to Fort Bliss, Texas. Okay, that's what it was. Fort Bliss, Texas, wherever that's at. Probably in the San Antonio area. I don't know, maybe. Where he most likely would face separation from the Army, officials told ABC News. So I guess he wanted to come back over here and get his discipline from the United States Army for what he did over there in Korea. He got the hit with the man. And by the way, Travis King is a black male. I mean, he's 23 years old. I guess that's why it's kind of it's premium black news. I guess you want to. He's not a celebrity, but he's somebody that we trying to get back over here, and they don't have no idea where he's at over there. They just know he's in North Korea. It seems like every time we get one back, they end up taking another one from us. That's what it seems like. Then Brittany Griner just come back, and she probably back. I think she back in some more trouble, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like when they give us one back, they take another one. They said, oh, he said instead of now this is where it gets tricky at. This is where I was wondering. This is why I'm saying, okay, what cuz seen? What's going on? Instead of boarding his flight, King at some point left the airport joining a tour of the military zone or DMZ, the heavily fortified area separating North Korea from South Korea. So this is an area that you aren't supposed to even be going to. King broke from the group, then willingly and without authorization crossed the military demarcation line. Defense Secretary Laura Olson said 2 days after the July 18th incident. So 2 days later, after he got released, he ran off. So is this somebody we should be worried about? Or did somebody call him over? What happened? Why did he cross over the border? And this the main question is Is this somebody we need to be worried about? Because evidently, maybe he wants to stay over there. Maybe he like it over there. That's why he did what he did. That's what I'm getting out of the situation. I mean, what y'all tell me what y'all getting out of it, because this is where I'm looking at it. But it's still a concern with the United States officials, and they saying they concerned about Mr. Travis King. It's more to know about King though. Let's read about King. Let's tell everyone to let y'all know who King is. Uh, hmm. King has received 3 medals while serving in the United States military: the National Defense Service Medal, the Korean Defense Service Medal, and the Overseas Service Ribbon. These medals are commonly received by American service members in Korea. Okay. On September 4th, 2022, King failed to report for his daily formation, and when he reached away from the base, stated that he refused to return to post for America. Mm. That's what the United States official said. So okay, he was already going. He was already in some type of beef with. Well, I ain't gonna say beef. Misunderstanding with the United States Army anyway. At the time, King was serving as a cavalry scout at Camp Boniface in northwestern South Korea, just south of the southern end of Korea DMZ zone. Hmm. That's the border that separates North Korea and South Korea, by the way. As a scouting, because of where he was serving, King would have been aware of risks in crossing the DMZ, according to the officials. So he knew what he was. So he knew what he was doing. It was wrong. So that's what I'm now. No, that's what it's telling me. He knew it was a violation to what he was doing. So he decided to do it anyway. So do we care about this dude being over there, or what? Is there any type of concern? Now, I'm concerned with his parents. This a little kid. He's 23. To me, he's a kid. I mean, it seemed to me that he was very determined and willing and wanted to go over to North Korea. It's 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 just countries I don't want to go to, y'all. People say, man, I mean, if I were to get a passport, it's probably gonna be just to go to about 3 or 4 different countries and places that I just really want to go to. Canada will be one of them. I want to see some parts in Canada. Jamaica, France, London, somewhere in Africa. It's a couple of places, but it's some places. It's a lot of places I wouldn't want to go. Places like I don't want to fuck with Germany, Russia, China, Korea, Japan. I don't want to go none of them places. They don't got, and especially if they don't got the type of food I want to eat. So I definitely don't want to go to a place that ain't. No. My diet is going to determine where I want to go, the type of food I eat. And if they don't have certain type of stuff, I just won't go to that country. But I know one damn thing: if I go to a country, I'm gonna act appropriate. I'm not gonna act the court. I'm not gonna match nobody energy that don't speak the same language I don't speak, and I'm in their country, and I end up getting the bad end of the stick. That ain't how it's gonna go. We go back to that thing, the home field advantage. Fuck that away field. Yeah. It seems to me, guys, in this show, that this guy he wanted to go over there. That's what he wanted to do. Now here go. Now, my bad, guys. This is why he was in the detention facility. King served 47 days in South Korean detention facility following the altercation with locals, according to United States official. South Korean media reported that King allegedly punched someone in the face repeatedly while drinking at a club in Seoul last September. See that? Drinking, getting feeling that alcohol, like I just said, in the bar, you feeling tough, and boom, You thought you was in the United States. You thought you was in Texas somewhere or whatever, and you just gonna probably get a slap on the wrist. Nah, you're the bully. They the victim. And I'm pretty sure they the ones that started it. You 23 years old, you young, you probably, you didn't know better. You went to the military to get out the house. You probably one of them little kids that didn't get out there much, don't have that many friends. Probably first he just started drinking or whatever. You know, I'm just putting a little, yeah, that's what I'm just putting a little improv to this situation. You know, I mean, got to put the good in the bad with it. But so this is what happened. He punched somebody in the face at the bar in Seoul. Hmm. He he also allegedly kicked and broke the door of a police patrol car that was sent to the scene of the purported assault in October. So this man he destroyed police property. So I mean that's a big charge out here in the United States. That's a big charge out here in the United States. That's crazy. Wow. And after he finished his sentence, King was released July 10th. Hmm. He was set to face pending administrative separation actions for foreign conviction. On his return to the United States, like I said before, how did he get to North Korea? Hmm. They say officials said ABC News that King spent about 2 weeks under observation at a United States military base in South Korea after being released from jail. He completed our processing from the facility and on July 17 was escorted to the United States military official to South Korea Incheon International Airport as far as the customs checkpoint. The military escort had no ticket and was not allowed past the checkpoint. So King continued into the terminal alone. So he continued walking. He like so he is the person that had the people that had the authority of him. Uh, they let him go pretty much. They let him walk without them. I guess they put to escort him somewhere. They let him go off. That don't sound like he ran now. They say he ran. So it's too many stories to this right here. What they is they mixing it up. Hmm. And because King has finished serving his sentence, he was no longer under custody. And okay, he wasn't under custody no more with them. He finished his sentence. He can do whatever he wanted to do. They don't care if he get back on that plane. That's basically what they just said. Yeah, yeah. And there was also no reason to suspect he would fail to board his flight. So yeah, okay, yeah, they had okay. That's why they played the way. That answered my question. But instead, King left the airport terminal for a tour in the DMZ zone. Uh, There was no gap of almost 12 hours from when King was dropped at the airport to time he crossed the DMZ. Yeah, it sounded like Cuz wanted to just go ahead and have some fun, go mess with some females, thought he was going to have enough time on his hand to come back and catch the plane. But maybe he got kidnapped. Maybe he got kidnapped and um, maybe he got set up by some girls. They brought him to the house and they got him captured over there. Next thing we know, we might hear that he probably be dead. He might be dead because he ended up wanting to go have some fun in North Korea. He was in jail. He was setting up in jail in South Korea. They were like, yeah, man, go to North Korea, man. Them girls, they get down up there. You need to go. He's like, word for real? I need to go up there. How I get over there, man? All you got to do is just go that way with it. And he did that. He seen that where he can go off to, and listen to somebody in jail with that bullshit. Told him to go to North Korea, and he can catch some ass before he get on that plane to come back to Texas. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what he happened. He missed his flight, y'all, and he got no telling what's going on with him right now. This 2 weeks ago. They say they concerned with him though. They concerned, but that's my take on about this story right here, man. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more to speak about this guy. Oh, let's talk about his family though. What does his family say? And that's who, yeah, King's mother, Claudine Gates, who lives in Racine, Wisconsin, said she was shocked when she heard her son had crossed into North Korea. So everybody know that's crazy. Everybody knew going across there, going, you got to be out your mind. It's like I feel like when you cross over the line, you should get electrocuted. That's how bad it is to cross that state, that country line like that. Even his mom was shocked. I can't see Travis doing anything like that. That's what his mom said in the interview July 18th. She said that the United States Army told her that morning that King had crossed into North Korea. She said she last heard from her son a few days ago when he told her that he would be returning home to Fort Bliss. At least he talked to his mom last though, but shit, he just should have stuck to the fucking code. When you told your mama you was gonna see that's what you supposed to be thinking about your mama. Hmm. She just wants him to come home soon, just like any other mom. What's next and what's being done to secure his release? Shit, what you mean release? What they say? They're like, there's more to come to this story, y'all. I'm just gonna leave it with that right here with the kickback chit chat. That's all I wanted to talk to y'all about, man. Hey, stay tuned to this story right here about this guy Travis King, man, over there in North Korea. Did shit he should have crossed? He should have got on that fucking plane. I would have chilled at that airport for 6, 7, 8 hours, however long I had to fuck going to North Korea. That's all I gotta say, y'all. I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball. Holla at y'all.